What's up, Relentless League? I know it's Thursday. I wasn't avoiding another week recap, even though I was a little sour. That's not why I was avoiding it. I was just a little busy. Trust me, I'm not sour. Let's get on with the recap. Here's our standings for the league. Detroyer has gotten to first place. Big Chubbs, he ended up getting taken down by Dan's team. Pole vaulting Detroyer into first place, which, as I've said, Detroyer will probably be the one at the championships with me. Poggers is doing good. All these top four teams are all 3-1, not suffering too many losses, and at the same time scoring a lot of points. But it's a long season, and there's a lot of injuries. So let's get into the recap. Let's avoid mine and Jason's recap real quick since that was the highest scoring of the week. We're gonna go ahead and start bottom to top. Sean's team and Jason Jimenez, the replacements. Let's see what's going on here. Holy crap. Stafford got 7 points. What a baller. He almost single-handedly lost you that round. I don't understand how Cooper Kupp gets 23 points. Stafford gets 7. They basically cancel each other out. Yeah, it looks like you did good. You did good over here on the left, Sean. But replacement's making a comeback. He's tired of me calling him last place. Holy crap, you sat TJ Hawkinson. That was a huge game that you missed out on, but you didn't need it. You didn't need it, and I'm sure he'll be in your lineup now for a back-to-back win. So I didn't see this one coming. Good job, Jason. And Sean, you'll get him next time. Dan's team. Beating the number one team of the week. A+ matchup rating. I agree. This was a shocker. I didn't think Dan's team had this in him. I mean, even starting Tyler Boyd in his flex position, and he still scored 148 points. That's ludicrous. But it just looks like everyone performed, especially his defense. They just shut down the Rams. That was a big game from the defense, and just it was a Monday night, and just shut Joey right out of first place, going undefeated. So Joey was the last undefeated team. He's no longer there, and Joey's team looks like they're having a little bit of problems with the wide receivers. So we'll see how he does next week, especially with Cordero. Wow, they switched Cordero from wide receiver to just running back. That's probably for fairness. That was kind of cheap, him never lining up as a wide receiver, but getting that eligibility. That was kind of stupid on Yahoo's part. But, McCaffrey's finally showing out. And good job, Dan. I just don't expect too many wins with him if he's going to keep Tyler Boyd in his flex position. He's going to have to find somebody better than that. But let's go on to the next matchup. Poggers, D's nuts. This was the closest match of the week. And Zach got super lucky. I mean, anytime you're within point decimals, we're talking yards. We're talking literally 20 passing yards, 20 rushing yards. It was super close down the wire, and Zach's team put out. I did make a trade with Zach this week that I'm sure you guys noticed, giving up DeAndre Swift. So Zach's team could get even better when Swift comes back, because his running backs were kind of weak. I mean, Clyde Edwards-Helaire showing out, but then you're going to put, Swift right there. So we'll see. It seemed like a pretty even trade, but we'll see what happens. Anything can happen. I mean, it was a good win. It was a good win, because that would have been a pretty shitty loss. I hate those matchups, but these nuts. I'm pretty sure that you texted me sometime this week that you weren't going to lose. And you put up a good fight. You put up a good fight. You shouldn't have lost this one. You had Lamar Jackson put up 15 points. That's rough. That's your bell cow right there. But shit happens. And yeah, let's move on to the next one. Robert and Edgar. Robert and Edgar had a good matchup. They're both very competitive. They both made a trade earlier in the year, so it was kind of cool to see them match up and see how that trade worked out for them. And Edgar stiffed him. He gave him Alvin Kamara, and Robert said, "Hey, I'm going to play Alvin Kamara, even though he's injured." So, got a big goose egg right there, Robert. I know, you screwed up. You weren't looking at it, and it bit you in the tush. Bit you in the tush, because honestly, you were like, what? Not, 10, 12 points away. So, yeah, if you would have played Harris, I'm assuming, you definitely had a good chance. I don't know what what you would have thought right there, but Harris would have definitely been maybe my thought there. But, yeah, that sucks. But another good win for Edgar. Making sure that he can make it to the playoffs, just racking up those W's. Yeah, not too much there. It just, you gotta, make sure that you check your lineup every week. Robert did check, but missed out on that game time decision, and it bit him in the butt. That's keeping Robert off the win chart right there. And then the final matchup was me and Detroyer, me and Jason. Very high scoring game. I was winning through most of it. I predicted that I would win. I had the highest scoring quarterback. I had the highest scoring receiver. But my running backs really took a dump. I actually had Jamal Williams get hurt, which really sucked because I traded away DeAndre Swift before, Javonte Williams was out. I meant Javonte. But, I was kind of leaning on him to be my number one. Then I was going to put in, JK. I don't know, just screw around with that. But with him being hurt, no more DeAndre Swift. That kind of sucks. That really sucks. Breece Hall. He had one of his better games of the year. And then Kyle Pitts, he just fucking sucks. Just garbage. Absolutely garbage. And if matters weren't worse, not spotted at practice. They're literally making jokes about him. It says advice. That's okay. Because he doesn't play in the games either. We kid. Parentheses. We think. It's not looking good for my tight end, my 4th round draft pick. He's just really screwing me over this year. But I think better things are to come for my team. I did pick up T. Higgins with that trade as well. So we'll see what happens next week. I did write just the smallest of poems for this matchup, Jay. And it's about this guy. Because I had it in the bag until you played Josh Jacobs. Just a little song I have for Josh Jacobs and this 36-point performance, the highest scoring performance of his life. He'll never score 36 again. Ever. And he did it against me. Thank you. So, for Josh Jacobs, it goes, Dear Josh Jacobs. So, now that we're clear about how I feel about what Josh Jacobs did to me, putting me 1-3, let's move on to next week's matchups, which is actually going to be starting here in about 5 minutes by the time I post it. So we got me and Joey. We got Jason and Poggers. That's going to be a big matchup. We got Dan versus Robert. Robert trying to remember to start your players. We got the trash cans, replacements, and D's nuts. Just kidding. I'm actually the trash can. Sean's standout team and Edgar. I actually think everyone has a good chance at winning this week. I'm gonna give Joey the win against me. I've been wrong 3 times in a row, so hopefully I'm wrong again. So let's go. Joey's gonna beat me. Detroyer, I want you to win. I don't want to hear it from Zach if he beats you. So let's go, Jason. Um, Dan, you're due for a loss with Tyler Boyd in your flex. That's just pathetic. Robert, you're due for a win. So let's go, Rob. D's nuts versus replacements. I am going to go with D's nuts, and solely because Lamar Jackson had such a bad game. He's just going to carry the crap out of his team. So Edgar and Sean. This is a matchup I didn't really look at. Got give me Sean. Give me Sean. This just looks like he's got a few easier matchups and a few better players. Real quick before I end the segment. Sorry it was so long this time. I'm gonna try to keep it shorter next time, but I want to go with like Super Bowl percentages. Who's gonna win the championships? We're 4 games into the season, so I don't know. I was at like a third of the way there. So I'm gonna give Jason a 50% chance of making the championships. I'm gonna give Chubbs, since he's never been there, he's gonna get less. I'm gonna give him a 25% chance. Good team there, but does he have what it takes? Never been there. Plenty of chances, but just hasn't been able to pull a good management together and make a championship run. Zach, I give you about a 10% chance. You just don't know what you're doing. It is what it is. 10%. 10.1. Just for you, buddy. Edgar, you got about a 60% chance. Just kidding. You're at like 30. 30%, just because I said so. You stole a lot of my players, and I don't appreciate it. So you get a 30% chance of making the championships. So Dan's team, I'm giving him like a 15. I'll give him 15. He tries, and I know that sounds weird saying beginner's luck, because there is a chance, and he's played for 4 years. But if he does make it there, it would still be considered beginner's luck. Replacement has a 6% chance. His team had a lot of early season injuries right off the rip, and he hasn't been talking in the chat. He hasn't been making any trade offers. Not really been hitting the waiver wire. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it right there at 6%. He's tanking as if it's gonna make him have like a better draft position next year, but he forgets this is a redraft. So get your shit together. Sean, you've been there twice. I'm gonna give you like a 25% chance. So keep it up, even though you're 1-3. Seems like you suck the fantasy football god's dick or something, and you find a way to make it there every year. These nuts, no chance in hell. I'll give you higher than replacements. I'll give you a 9% chance. 9%. So it's not impossible. Me, about a 75% chance. You guys already know. I've been the favorite since the beginning of the season. So it's just gonna stay that way, even though I had a slow start. But 75% chance. You guys still have a chance to get me out of there. And then Robert, another past champion, been there twice. You're gonna have to pull it together, buddy. I'm giving you a 15% chance. So that's your guys' odds. It's official. It's been analyzed. I got everything on the chalkboard over here by me, and you gotta trust the equations. It is what it is. So pick your game up if you want a higher percent. All right, guys.